Hi there, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Ironing Man Paul stream. Ironing Man Paul's live steam. Because we're going to do some ironing this afternoon. Just turn that down because that's coming through fairly loud. Don't want it too loud, of course, because you guys should be able to hear the music in the background. Hopefully you will. Give me a big thumbs up if you do. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Click the bell icon as well, that'll let you know when we're going live next. But yeah, just setting everything up here, having a spot of lunch as well. I'm a little bit running late today, so everything's behind as it shouldn't be, if you see what I mean. So I've just got to set up very briefly a quick button on my system here so I can give you a different angle as well. Just give me a couple of seconds and I'll find out if I've got that on my thing here. NDIN, there we go. Yes, if I edit that and bring in 78. Let's have a look here. Input 78. There we go. And then find it on the Stream Deck, which will be that button there. Is that working? That doesn't seem to be working. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's have a look here, cancel that, find that, 2 seconds. Oh, I know why. Sorry, my fault entirely, I know why, it's okay. Let's go here, drag a vMix shortcut onto that one, that's why. Okay, now we can try it. Find. There you go, that's better. All right, we found it. Click OK. And we want to cut, or in fact, let's cube zoom. No, let's cut it instead. Let's just cut. And then DI in. Click OK, click OK. There we go. So if I press that button now, you should be able to see the iron pretty close up. But that's cool, that's exactly where I want it, so that's fine. Let's transition back to that one. And then we should be ready. So you guys can hear the music. Just going to check the stream on my phone to make sure the music's not too overpowering. Oh, I can't, can I? Good point. Well, I'm hoping it will be okay. It's just one way to find out. In 2 seconds. One way to find out in 2 seconds. Yeah, that seems okay. Let's bring that down. There we go. Okay, don't want it too loud, obviously don't overpower the music. Seems loud in my headphones, but there you go, how's that? Is that better? All right, there we go. Fantastic, let's just try that. Send, yep, that's fine, that works. Okay, I think we're pretty much ready. I'll just turn the headphones down so they're not squeaking too much. Music so I can hear it backstage as well, which is nice. And then, yeah, let's plug the iron in. Because that's the main crux of the program, isn't it? Let's get some ironing done. Otherwise it'll never get done. You know what it's like. Now, where's my dinner? Give me 2 secs. I've left it in the kitchen. I thought I had. So just going to kind of munch through some cottage pie whilst we get everything ready. Okay. Good. All right. So, welcome along, guys. A little bit of water in there. Let's going to go to that one. As you can see, it's a live steam. And we can even zoom in if we need to, but I don't want to do that too much. Closer here, ready. And I think I just need to get the water topped up in the iron and then we'll be ready to go. If you have any questions, any comments, please do drop them in the comments section. I'll get around to answering them if I can. Generally, just kind of my other channels are talking about audio production. So if you have any audio issues, if you're a live streamer, you're looking at getting audio fixed, I'll talk through the gear that I'm using as we go through today's stream. But if you have any questions regarding that, please do let me know. Also, if you have any hints and tips about ironing, I'd be glad to hear them, because this is, you know, I'm just doing this as a regular thing on my channel every Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m. Just getting through the pile of ironing that I happen to have at that particular time. It's not too much today, to be honest. There's about 5 or 6 items, I think, plus a bedding sheet as well, which I need to iron. But yeah, if you have any hints or tips, if you're watching this and going, why is he doing it like that? And why is he taking so long? And all that kind of stuff, then, you know, please do drop them in the comments. I'm pretty happy with all of that kind of stuff. And like I say, if you have any other questions about audio production, for instance, or live streaming, do let me know as well. My name is Paul Webber, in case you didn't pick that up on the first occasion and you've just joined the channel. Essentially, Ironing Man Paul is literally Ironing Man Paul, a bloke with an iron, as it says in the description of this particular episode. And this is the second one I've done on the channel, so please bear with us. It's early days, and we could do with a good like, and like I say, subscribe if you can. You'll notice I've put a link today to my music that I'm playing in the background. And this is from Epidemic Sound. They're a fantastic resource for giving you a whole vast range of different genres of music. And you can click the link on the description of this video and it will give you a 30-day free trial of their service, okay? So it's worth doing. It also helps me, the channel, if you click that particular link. And so yeah, like I say, click the link if you'd like the music you're hearing. This is currently a playlist from Cinematic, but it's the Synthwave album that I'm playing on a continuous loop, so you should be able to hear that. If it stops a little bit later on through the stream, then we'll reconfigure it and play a different playlist. But I thought we'd start with some synth pop to start with the Cinematic stuff as well, okay? Just going to get some water for the iron, I'll be right back. Don't know if you can hear on the roof above my head here, but it is quite windy and it is really raining quite heavily at the moment as well here in the UK. Do let us know, of course, in the comments where you're from. That's always useful to find out where you're from in the world. Also, what time of day that you're listening to this. Obviously, I've put that you know, my live streams are generally 5 p.m. UK time. So if you are in the eastern side of America, that's going to be 5 hours before that, so 12 noon, and then 9 a.m. if you're on the Pacific coast, and different time zones, of course, in between. You can, of course, let me know. But generally, yeah, 5 p.m. UK time. Do excuse me a second. I'm just gonna, I don't want this to go cold. I realise you can probably hear any of that. I wonder if my yeah, it does, it mutes it. Good, okay. Just just in case that happens again. I don't want to subject you to my swallowing and eating and all that kind of stuff. It's not good. Okay. So just going to iron this check shirt. This is actually a very dark blue. It looks black. Black and white on the camera, but trust me, it is very dark blue and white. Interesting, I've just been food shopping and managed to pick up some washing powder because I was running out. Obviously, do so much washing. You know, it's just for me. I can't believe how much washing I get through. But anyway, so I've picked up some new washing powder, Um, so I'm looking forward to trying that out in the next few days. Yeah, just a regular, relaxing Sunday afternoon here in the UK. Like I say, I've done the food shopping, so that's all done, thank goodness. I haven't been shopping for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I keep buying stuff, haphazardly, which of course costs me more money in the long run. So I really need to kind of discipline myself to go shopping. But I managed to get a full shop for me for about, I would say, 6 to 10 meals, and all the things needed to go with that thing. And it just cost me 39 UK pounds, which I thought was amazing. Plus the extras I got with the shopping, the washing powder and stuff like that, So yeah, I anticipate this particular channel turning into kind of a domestic channel, really. Kind of domestic chores, if you will. Nobody likes ironing, do they? Let's face it. But I like ironing if I can hang out with you guys and, just chat about life in general. Not going to get into any heavy politics or anything like that here on this channel. It's not the place for discussion. So, if you're looking for that kind of thing, please obviously look elsewhere. But if you just want to hang out, chat, get to know me, we get to know you, that kind of thing, then you are more than welcome here. Ironing Man Paul, live steams, as I call them, not streams, live steams, on a Sunday afternoon. And I work during the week, of course, but I've allocated Sundays to kind of be my chill out zone. And if I've done a gig the night before, I'm a DJ, by the way, mobile DJ, in case you don't know already. So I DJ weddings, birthdays, that kind of thing. And if I've done a gig the night before, which I have, yesterday in fact, I travelled quite a way to do this particular gig. It was an engagement party, really good, and I've just had a text this morning from the guy that booked me saying we'd like to book you for our wedding. Guests were saying how good the whole thing was, and a lot of that was down to myself and the music and everything, so that's good. Having said that, the happy couple did choose the majority of the songs. I just kind of filled in between, so it wasn't entirely me. I can't take all the credit for it. So there you go. But no, it's good fun, and yeah, looking to book his wedding with me for 2023. So, and I know I've made a note of the date somewhere, but I must check with him because I do get booked up quite quickly, even for next year. Bookings started to come in, which is great news. Absolutely brilliant. And that rain's really coming down outside, and obviously you can't hear that because it's out in the corridor, but yeah, it's kind of hammering off of the skylight, Based in the southwest of the UK, so it's really quite mild at the moment. I know up north in Scotland they've had snow and blizzards and all that kind of thing as well. A friend of mine went to Northern Ireland, Belfast. I think he's still there, to be honest, and said it was snowing in Belfast a couple of days ago. So that must have just arrived, if you like. So yeah. Okay, so just finishing off now, just doing the sleeves. I always do the sleeves last, I think, because I like to do the body of the shirt first to make sure it's nice and neat and tidy and everything. And I know some people don't bother, and it's like, well, you can tell if you're in an environment where you're kind of on show, if you like, with members of the public and stuff like that, then people can tell if you haven't ironed the clothes that you're wearing. They just all creased and everything, and they're going to get creased in the wear and tear. I get that, but it's always nice to have clothes that are nicely pressed, nice sharp crease down the sleeve. Same on the shoulder if you're going to do that. I don't tend to do a crease on the shoulder. I just kind of keep that flat. But yeah, it just makes a lot of difference, I think. And some people are more disciplined than others, and that's fine. And then people buy a lot of clothes that don't need ironing, which is also a bonus. You know, pull something out of the wardrobe, you don't need to iron it, perfect, great stuff. But generally I tend to wear a lot of shirts, so you know the shirts get priority, if you like. Particularly if I'm doing a gig, for instance, I want to make sure that I'm smartly dressed, you know, and you know, make sure I'm smartly dressed. So white shirts, maybe a tie perhaps, or a jacket, some decent trousers, that kind of thing. Because you know, and people have noticed. People have said, "Wow, you look really smart for a DJ." I'm going, "Well, yeah, it's because it's a wedding, or an engagement party, or a birthday, or something like that." You know, so yeah, I want to make sure I'm kind of smartly turned out, if you like. So, and like I say, it makes a difference. People notice, and that's good. Always try and do both sides in case I've missed a bit on this side, or maybe you know put the iron on a bit too hot perhaps, and it's ironed a crease somewhere that I don't want it to. Then I just check that, and managed to bring some hangers in this time, so that's good. I can hang up the shirts definitely. Just do the top, not the top button, but certainly the one down, and that just keeps everything nice and neat like that. And then it's ready to be hung up into the wardrobe. Cool, I've got a couple of pillowcases next, and then I'll iron the bedding that goes with this. Excuse me 2 seconds while I a quick munch on this. I deliberately cooked something today that didn't really need a lot of attention because you know, I knew I had to go live at 5. Yeah, this iron's about 6 years old, I think, so I am going to be investing in a new iron fairly soon. And of course I'll be delighted to, you know, to try it out for you guys on the stream and give you a kind of review on how it performs against this one, you know. This is quite old, it's been dropped several times, it's got lots of scratches on it. You know, it still works with regards to steam, and also you can spray a jet of water that way as well. A tip I picked up from a lady called Hayley, who's got a YouTube channel. You'll forgive me, Hayley, if you're watching. I can't remember the name of the channel, but I'll try and dig it out before we finish the stream, and I'll put it in the comments. But she said that, and also somebody else that I've heard as well, said, you know, if you're using tap water for your iron, stop it, and change your habits and use distilled water or boiled tap water. Those are the two options. Don't use straight out of the tap cold water. You prolong the life of your iron if you use distilled water, apparently, or you know, as I say, boiled tap water will suffice. But I've done neither today, so I'm not very good at following instructions, am I? We'll try and do that in the future. But you know what? Distilled water isn't cheap. It's not cheap at all. You buy it in kind of litre bottles or something like that, perhaps, maybe even 500 milliliter bottles, I'm not sure. But, you know, that doesn't go very far. And when they're like, you know, £2 or £3 each, or UK pounds, whatever, it's definitely not the cheapest option. Let's put it that way. Okay, so I think that playlist is very short because it's not playing the rest of the playlist. Let me just change that for you. And then we can, yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's go to music, genres, electronica and dance. That seems quite a large thing, so let's try that. I don't know what that is, but it's not interesting at all. Better? Okay. We'll leave it like that, see what happens. Failing that, my go-to playlist is normally soul and R&B and funk. So we'll get that on if necessary, okay? Just realised that previous track was called Brush on Acrylic Polymer. So it's more of an ASMR thing than it was a music track. I wonder how that's got mixed in with the music soundtrack, the playlist rather. Interesting. So hopefully it'll still play music in a minute. And you know, sometimes what happens is when Epidemic Sound gets used to your choices, they kind of give you examples of what you could use on your live streams, you know, or on your videos or whatever. So that's quite interesting. It kind of picks up, the algorithm that they're using picks up on what you've searched for previously and what you've played for the longest, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's pretty good. This is the under pillowcase. I mean, it's not quite as important, but still iron it. Yeah, I'm just going to flip that round because I want to make sure that's lined up properly inside, because there's a little slip inside the actual pillowcase which holds the pillow, you know, in place. So I want to make sure that's flat before I iron the rest of it. Otherwise, it's going to be creased as well. So just doing that really. over to that one. There we go. Current bitrate is la la la. Right, okay. I don't know why it does that. Halfway through a stream, it tells you that your bitrate's not quite right, which I don't quite understand. Nothing's changed. My bitrate shouldn't change. I've got really good internet speeds here. It's a bit more up tempo. That's better. A bit livelier. You know what, guys? I've got very, very little to iron this week, which is incredible. Normally there's a huge pile of it. It takes me 2 hours, but I think we'll get through this one in an hour, to be honest. What have we done, half an hour so far? Yeah. So I think we'll do an hour today, which will be absolutely fine. I am going to just very quickly come over here and chat to you guys, because I want to just send something to a group that I belong to. No, it's not that kind of group. It's not that kind of group either. It's a Facebook group, and I thought, well, if I get the message across there, generally they come and join the stream. So just let me put in this detail, and we'll get them over. That's the one there. So let me go to here and let's have a look. What's this say? Share. Yeah, need the link, don't we? So let's copy the link. Link, copy, close, paste. Oh, okay. Can't paste it, can I? Paste? Yeah, there you go, paste. Cool. Paste and post. Done. There you go. Wonderful stuff. Go. Should be fine. Let's close that. Bring that over there. There we go. Cool. Okay. This isn't very appetizing now. It's gone a little cold. But you know what? One has to eat. That's the thing. Yeah, the gig I did yesterday was 200 and something miles one way, so kind of 500 odd miles round trip. And instead of staying over, as I would sometimes if I'm up that way, I decided to drive back. So yeah, kind of pulled over a couple of times to get my head down, you know. But then returned here first thing in the morning, and I luckily slept until about 1:30 this afternoon, so that was okay. And yeah, I'll get a fairly early night tonight as well, so that's good. Set me up for the rest of the week. Good afternoon. If you just joined, welcome along to Ironing Man Paul, episode 2. To be honest, not too much to do today, to be fair, so we should be done within half an hour or so from now. So I'm glad you managed to join us. Let us know who you are, where you're from. That would be marvellous. Somebody's given it a thumbs up already. That's wonderful. Thank you, whoever you are. Obviously, I can't see that from here, but yeah, thank you. That's brilliant. Ina, good afternoon to you, sir. I hope you are well, and I hope this storm wasn't too bad that came across the English Channel and up the North Sea towards yourselves, because Storm Eunice was the one that was here. And it caused quite a few items of damage, you know, across the countryside and things like that. Whit Profit just popped in for a bit, maybe a bite if that's supper. Well, it kind of, yeah, it's kind of a mixture between brunch, lunch and dinner, because I haven't eaten properly yet. Ina says good afternoon. Whit Profit in Canada, hello to you. Ina in Denmark, hello to you. Yeah, I'm kind of just munching on it as I go along. But it's cold now, so it's not particularly appetizing. I always do that, prepare something and then realise I've got to go live and and then don't get around to eating it properly, you know? So yeah, welcome to episode 2. I have set up a new Epidemic Sound account with this channel so that I can use, I used YouTube last time, which was okay, and I'll still use YouTube playlists occasionally as well. But I thought, well, you know, better the devil you know. So I decided to bite the bullet, and here's what I did. Here's the clever thing. So I've got an affiliate link on my other channel. So I logged in with my Ironing Man Paul channel. I clicked on the affiliate link on the video from my other channel. That gave me the 30-day free trial on this channel. And then I'll get 30 days free as a result of that link on my other channel. So all in all, I've got 60 days of music. So I'm really pleased with that. Not saying that's a loophole or anything, but you know, if you have more than one channel, and you want to subscribe, and that's the thing as well. You must remember that if you have multiple channels, you need to subscribe to Epidemic Sound for that particular channel as well. Let me just read that. That Ina says, heavy winds, but 4 weeks ago we had a small hurricane here. Not so many problems in our area. That's good news. Whit Prophet says, anytime, any excuse. And also says that they used to be called TV dinners. Yeah, and I very often, because obviously I've done away with my dining room table, behind the, if I go to that camera there, if I twist round, here's the desk. So this is where my dining room table used to be. But that's of course my studio now, over this side, where you guys can see, up there's where my vMix setup is, and the camera is there as well. And so, yeah, that's where my that's where my dining room used to live. Now, you get that scene, of course, which is my lounge behind the shelving unit. And if I put the light on, you can see kind of the background of all that stuff going on. And then I've put the ironing board just in front of it and moved the shelf unit back a bit. So it gives us a bit more of a wider angle. So it's cool. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the look. So Whit, it must be lunchtime where you are, and Ina, it must be an hour ahead. So what are you, dinner time? So kind of 6 p.m. where you are currently, Ina? Do let us know in the comments. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Correct me if I am wrong, of course. And also, what's on the menu for tonight, being a Sunday? Final question, can you hear the music okay? 1840, yes. Well done. It is indeed lunchtime, says Whit. Yes, good. What's on the menu, sir? What are you having? I'm curious. Curious. Music is a nice subtle background. Cool. Music is a nice subtle background. Excellent. That's what I wanted. That's the sound I'm going for. Didn't want to overpower everybody, and you guys still need to hear me. And by the way, I'm using the lapel mic, this one here, which is the AKG Perception wireless setup, which is cool. Let's read this. Resorting to home version of sausage McMuffins with coffee and Baileys. Wow. Do you know what? That sounds really appetizing, to be fair. Nice. Obviously without the muck, Sausage muffin, let's just call it that. A sausage wit muffin. How's that? Sausage wit muffin. Yep, you're the sound man. That's very kind of you to say so. I was just explaining earlier that my other channels, of course, are music production. So if anybody has any questions regarding any music issues they might be having, or sound issues with either their live stream or podcasting or video recording, that kind of thing, then do let me know. And yeah, the sound quality of this lapel mic is not too bad. I've got it on quite a high setting, so I want it to be able to pick up, what I'm saying, which is, well, this distance away. I don't want to keep looking down, obviously, but if you hear any rustling and stuff, it's obviously my shirt that's catching against the microphone. But otherwise, it should be okay. Go. I was looking for those earlier. Green trousers. These are like a dark olive green. Hopefully that shows up on camera. I'm pretty sure it should do with the light that's here. Not too good on a yellow background, I get that, but Need to find somebody that does Now listen, wouldn't that be great? If I get a branded Ironing Man Paul logo on the ironing board cover, how cool would that be? So every time I remove something, it's got like Ironing Man Paul there with the iron emblem. Would that be good? I think that would be great. I'll have to do some investigation, find out some printing firms that can do that. Because it's going to be a one-off, isn't it? Unless I can sell them. And I haven't seen any promotional companies that do ironing board covers. Customized ironing board covers. Wow. I think we've just hit on something, guys. So the people buying them could say, I watch Ironing Man Paul. Or words to that effect. I've been wanting to ask, how is that new vehicle working out? Yeah, that's very kind of you to ask. Yeah, it's really good actually. I can get all of my DJ kit in the back of it. It's a silver Volkswagen Touran, 7-seater normally, but all the seats, the spare ones, I've taken out to leave room for the kit, for the DJ kit, obviously. So those are being stored at my office currently. Better not heat, press it on. No, yeah, that's a good point. It needs to be, oh gosh, that is a good point. It needs to be, I don't know how they would do it. Silk screened, I guess. But certainly not iron on, yeah, because otherwise that would be a disaster, wouldn't it? That's a very good point. Wait, I'm glad you brought that up. But yeah, no, the car's going fine, thank you. Obviously it replaced the poor blue van that got written off. But what needs must. And I've never actually used it as a proper car yet, with all of the seats in and having 5 or 6 people in there, But I should do that one day. Interestingly, my youngest son is on about getting driving lessons currently, so that may happen soon. About a year ago, I bought my eldest son a Honda CRV. Is it called CRV? So yeah, he's got that. My other son got cash equivalent, so he'll have to buy his own car. Okay, now the bit I wasn't looking forward to is the bed sheets. Because they're so big, you can't get them all on one stretch of the ironing board. So what I tend to do is fold them over. Excuse me. So I double them over. I've got them inside out because they're easier to put onto the duvet then. So I'm going to flip that around. Whoops. Because obviously that's the patterned side will be the one that's most visible on the bed, and so underneath of that I'm not too bothered, but this will be best ironed like so, I would imagine. Let's see if we can flatten that out somewhat and do that. Yeah, so that's as close as I'm going to get to symmetrical. Excuse me. Muffins are up, I've got to go, press on, no problem at all. Whit, thank you very much for joining. Have a great day. So, the idea of this is I'm doing, or hopefully doing, he says, trying to straighten out the material, doing an ironing board's width at a time, so it does take a little longer than most other things, but you do tend to get everything nice and pressed, like so. Go like that, and then just gently pull it this side, straighten everything out so it's not doubled up anywhere, which it feels like it might be. Let's try that. And then I'll turn it around and do the other side, obviously. So go. Yeah, like that. It's not going to be perfect, and it really doesn't have to be, because at the end of the day it's just me sleeping inside it, and and not many people go into that room anyway, so it's it is what it is. Some people don't even bother ironing their bedding. I don't iron the bottom sheets. I don't ever do that, but I do tend to do the pillowcases, of course, and also the duvet cover, because I think it just makes it look neater. When you've made the bed, brand new bedding, you jump into it, it's all nice and cozy and everything and stuff. So I think it's worth doing. Absolutely worth doing. It may take a little longer and stuff, and it's one of those chores again that nobody wants to do. But yeah. So, ironing bedding, pet hate, but it's got to be done. We're almost at the end of this section, so that's fine. Like so. Better. All right, so we've done that side. What I tend to do then is flip it around here and then do this side, because as you can tell, it's not as, smooth as the other side. So I do this to just kind of iron out those creases on this side. Then again, bring it over section by section, making sure it's flat. See, that's really kind of doubled over there, which I didn't really want. So I'm going to try and tease that out so that it's a little more symmetrical, like that. Ouch. Have a nice Sunday evening, Paul. Have to drive one of the boys to the train station. No problem at all. Have a good evening, Ina. Thank you so much for joining. Almost done here anyways, to be fair, so thanks very much for joining. There we go. So I'm happy with that. Not going to do anything else to that. Just kind of fold it up and put it into the storage box underneath the bed, ready for next time it's being used. I just wanted to just iron that out because that's not particularly brilliant. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? That's better. Yeah, that's much better. And then here's a tip. Here's a really good tip, and I only just recently discovered this, right? Now you'll notice I've got two pillowcases that match the duvet cover, okay? And then two, just the ones that go underneath, so the secondary pillows, if you like. Now I saw a tip again on one of the channels I was watching. That's your bedding, your package together, right? Here's the thing, here's what they did. And I'd never heard of this. This is brilliant, right? Ara, hello to you, sir. How you doing? Just demonstrating that this thing I'm just about to do was something I picked up on YouTube, believe it or not. And what they do is they literally put the bedding inside the pillowcase. So when you come to retrieve it, you've got a complete bed set ready to go, and you just pull out one pillowcase with everything inside it, which I thought was brilliant. And I have no idea how to get it in there properly without creasing everything up. So any tips, let me know. But yeah, I think it's a great idea, as long as everything stays neat and flat. I don't think it will, but no. So I'm not entirely convinced, but I get the idea that it's now a neat, tidy package-ish that I can store ready for next time. Simple as that. Doing awesome talking to a cool guy. Oh, bless you. Oh, brilliant. Hope you're okay, Ara. Good to see you, hear you. Hope everything's going well with you. Okay, so I've no idea if that's going to work or not, but it is what it is. And you know what, guys, that's it. I'm pretty much done this week. I thought I was going to have lots and lots to do, but I've got a couple of washings to do between now and the end of the week, so I know there'll be more for next Sunday. And next Sunday might be a little later, depending on what time I get back. I've got quite a long kind of triangular trip to do next weekend, so depending on what time I arrive back in the area, depends on what time we go live. But hopefully it should be the same time, so 5 p.m. UK, 12 p.m. Eastern, and 9 a.m. Pacific. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the bell icon. That'll enable you to be alerted next time I go live, which is generally, as I say, 5 p.m. GMT on a Sunday afternoon. And yeah, apart from that, have yourselves a great week, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks very much indeed for watching. Hang on, where's my fade to black button? I'm going to do intros and graphics and stuff yet, I just haven't got round to them, okay? Now, maybe I don't have fade to black on this. I thought I did. I thought I had a fade to black button. Oh, I do, yes I do. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you.